This is Matt, and this will be a quick video on how to add a site to Cloudflare. So I am here on Cloudflare, cloudflare.com. Sign in, get a free account. Cloudflare is free. There are pro plans and there's really cool stuff you can do with the pro plans, but you can have unlimited sites currently on a free plan. So here are some of the sites I currently have on Cloudflare. I'm just on the main domain section. So in order to actually, whether you're on account home or in domains, you will be able to click on this right here, onboard a domain. So best thing to do, come down to domains, you'll see your existing domains. And now the first step is we click on onboard a domain. So now this is the recommended option from Cloudflare, and I would highly recommend that as well. It will essentially scan the DNS records. It will find out where your DNS is, whether you're on Namecheap or GoDaddy or any other popular domain registrar. I'm actually on Namecheap, little spoiler there. So we will just enter the domain. So this one is called followfounders.com, which I haven't currently got added to my Cloudflare. So you're just going to literally put the domain in, so no HTTPS or anything like that. Go for a quick scan for DNS records, recommended. This will be the quickest way. And then this right here, I just leave this checked on. You can uncheck if you want. So essentially it's just going to change your robots.txt file slightly to add this block all pages specifically for even AI training bots. So as Cloudflare, I think, instructs you here, it's not going to like block Googlebot or anything crazy like that. If you don't know what you're doing with this, probably just uncheck it. Don't fiddle with your robots.txt if you don't know what you're doing, but I just leave this on anyway. This is the default setting. So click continue. So Cloudflare will work a little bit of magic. It is now going to say, well, we get this upsell. So essentially you can go with the Pro, the Business, the Enterprise, or just the free plan. So I recommend, if you're just getting started out on Cloudflare, just add a site. Maybe you have 3 sites, 5 sites, whatever it is. You can have unlimited sites here on the free plan. So let's just stick this one on the free plan for now. Okay, so I slightly skipped a step there. But essentially, I just had to change some stuff with the DNS. But essentially, you will now find yourself on this screen. What essentially happened is I had follow founders already linked with something else, so I just had to remove the DNS just so I can do this video, the name servers, which I'll show you in just a second. So we find ourselves on this screen. So we've added the domain, and now Cloudflare is instructing us to place these name servers on our hosting. So it has decided that my registrar is Namecheap, which is correct. And what we'll do now is we have these right here. They named them for some reason. Their name servers, it's Brady and Karina in this case. There's loads of different ones. Don't know why they're actual human names, but it's kind of funny. So we will click to copy, and we always have 2 name servers for some reason. Don't ask me why. What you will do, you will be on your registrar. I'm right here on Namecheap. You will have your domain open, and you will come down to, this is just the main domain section, you will come down to name server. So you don't want to go into advanced DNS and start in the same way that if you're moving your site to Cloudways or SiteGround or something. You will just stay in a domain section. You'll come down to name servers about halfway down. Now by default, we have Namecheap basic DNS. We want to have custom DNS. We click on custom DNS, and now we have name server 1, name server 2. So we will paste in Brady. We will come back to this one for Karina, and we'll add Karina, and then we will just click this tick for save. So just like that, Namecheap will do its thing. It will add those name servers from Cloudflare. Once we refresh the page, you'll see that that has in fact been activated, like that has actually maintained. So if I come back to Cloudflare, so the deal here is that this is going to take, Namecheap just flashed up saying it might take 48 hours. It's often a lot quicker. It's often within minutes. They always give a conservative estimate. It can take a while, but in general, these days, and with stuff like Namecheap and Cloudflare, the transition, the propagation as it's known, takes it doesn't take that much time at all. So And just like that, actually Cloudflare has found the site. So it now says that Cloudflare is protecting the site. So you see the domain here and Cloudflare is on. So it's working. So the DNS has been completed. I didn't really have to wait very long for propagation. It was just a few minutes really. And we now have the site on Cloudflare. So I won't go through all the Cloudflare settings. Most of them are on these days by default. So most of the best kind of bot fighting type stuff is on. You do have bot fight mode, which in most cases you don't want to actually add that one. You can add it just by clicking that. Some people will just stick that on straight away, but for a lot of sites that can create some issues, so I'd recommend keeping it off. Page shield, yes, put that on. That will help. It will monitor third-party scripts, connections and cookies loaded in web browsers, as it says, so this ensures the safety of visitors. That's a good one to have, and you can do all your caching, you can do your page rules within security. You can do some other things, like I'll show you a couple of cool things you can do just quickly. Like I say, most of the really good settings are just applied by default, even on the free plan, so you don't have to worry about kind of customizing too much. Out of the box, Cloudflare is pretty good, but there's one thing that it doesn't have on, which I highly recommend doing. So click on SSL/TLS and come down to Edge Certificates. Now, there's a few things that are a bit more advanced that I do think it should be on in general by default, but it isn't, and I know the reasons why. I won't go into it here, but this one right here, so always use HTTPS. Everything should be HTTPS by now. In fact, Google itself essentially won't allow you in the search unless you do have a HTTPS, so that's an extra layer of security, and it's just a lot better for visitors and just the general use of the internet rather than just the HTTP. So I won't go into the ins and outs of that, but it's just good to know that this is good. So as long as you have everything configured on your site at the registrar appropriately, this should work. If it breaks, then obviously turn this off, but in general it shouldn't. So I know that sounds like famous last words, but if it breaks, turn it off. But I'm just saying, always use HTTPS on. So that should be on. And then this guy right here, this is another lesser known one that should probably be turned on. This is the HSTS. We're going to enable that one. We get this message saying everything's going to go to heck if it goes wrong. So we just say, I understand. I know I'm not really introducing this in the best way possible, but I do recommend this one. Again, if it breaks, just turn it off. Simple as that. So enable HSTS, yes. Now we'll go with 6 months recommended. We will say yes to this one, no to this one, preload, and we will do the no sniff header as well. This is great for security. So this on, 6 months recommended, which is what Cloudflare says. This one on, this one off, this one on, click save. Just to let you know that it's gone through, it will come up here, so that is good. And then one last change. Like I say, most stuff out of the box, pretty good with Cloudflare. You can tweak and customize things, although don't go too crazy, especially with some of the caching, as you might get some negative results that you don't want on your website. But this one right here, minimum TLS version, I recommend not having TLS 1.0, but instead going for 1.2. That would instantly change and save. You can reload the page just to confirm that has in fact saved. And all that does, it's a really simple change, but this essentially, so this will default to 1.3. What it is these, it doesn't even matter exactly what it stands for, but this is old browsers, this is old browsers, this should be the gold standard, at least. I think actually Google only allows 1.2 now for TLS. 1.3 really is the gold standard these days. So essentially it's saying here that 1.3 is on. So this is just for improved security and performance, as it says here. Essentially, this will default to this type of TLS, and the older stuff, these two, 1.0 and 1.1, won't get through. All you're essentially doing is cutting out some old random scripts and bots and stuff, so you're cutting out a lot of bad stuff. Occasionally you might get someone with like a phone from like 2010 or something, they might not be able to visit your site, but in general most people have reasonably up-to-date browsers, or at least, updated in the last sort of 10 years. So yeah, select 1.2. Like I say, that will instantly save. you can refresh the page just to check that all your saves, all your changes have actually been saved. So you can confirm that that's on 1.2, and the always use HTTPS is on as well. So that was how to add a site to Cloudflare. I haven't gone through all of the settings. Like I say, most of the stuff is on by default. I just gave you a few little kind of Easter eggs, good stuff to turn on. If that breaks your site, definitely turn it off. So hopefully you found this video on how to add a site on Cloudflare useful. I've gone a little bit longer and a little bit more deeper into this than I wanted to. It's meant to just be a very quick tutorial, but hopefully this has been helpful. If it has, drop this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this.